Okay. Welcome everyone to A Journey of Riches, the interview series with the authors from Book 16, Tapping into Courage. And I'm here with Francisca Ruiz. She is an intuitive healer and angel guide, guiding people on their life's soul purpose. It's so awesome to be chatting with you today, Fran.
Oh my God, it's such an honor. I'm just humbled to be speaking with you.
Likewise. Like you're like a true oracle. You remind me of the woman out of The Matrix that Neo sits down on the bench and he just tells him different versions of his life that he didn't really have an idea about that kind of did. And yeah, it's just beautiful to spend time in your home. And actually we have a mutual friend that we didn't realize, and he dropped me off, and he's like, I know you, and you're like, I know you. That's amazing. So the synchronicities that, when I'm around you is just awesome. And I just appreciate you, your energy, and your chapter as well. It's just, it's just so beautiful, the journey that you've been through. Is it true that you've been clinically dead 3 times? And
I did. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you basically almost died 6 times.
Yes, actually, it's a very interesting experience because going through your heart just stopping and being able to see what a bliss it is to just be out of body and being brought back again. And yeah, I've had the medical sheet over your head, taking your family out of the room because my heart had just stopped and they had pronounced me medically dead. So yeah, it's been a humbling life. Something was different.
Yeah, and what has those experiences led you to? I imagine like you'd have to have a lot of courage to move through those experiences.
Well, that's why when we connected and you were sharing about the word courage, I really that's my daily mantra. Have the courage to show up in this world in a way that I can just embrace life, because fear became my mode of existence when my spirituality started, but courage became my constant, because I could not be present to whatever it was that I was supposed to be here, and just turning the leaf and evolving through what that looks like has been a really interesting journey.
I can imagine. And you share so much in your chapter, and you share one of those experiences as well in great vivid detail. What is your definition of courage?
That's a great question, John. My definition of courage is total surrender.
Yeah.
My definition of courage is when I totally surrendered and knew that I needed to trust what source, some people call it source, some people might call it God, some people call it whatever by name they use, truly trusting to know that I just needed to walk in faith. So for me, courage is having faith in the unseen, for that is the seen.
I love that. That's beautiful. And so what tips or what advice would you give to someone that their life is sort of seemingly fallen around them, and something completely unexpected has happened? What advice would you give someone they're just completely freaking out?
That's a really deep question for my soul. The advice around that is that if you stopped and you were able to take a breath and you were able to take a leap of faith to know that you're here as a soul, having a human experience, and knowing that your destiny has already been predestined, there's already a beautiful path for you, so that why you are where you are, which is where I look at my life. Every time there has been a challenge when my brain was bleeding, it was a challenge of looking at my life and going, why did I attract that? Why did I attract those situations that I have been through to lead me to this place where I am right now? The darkness is going down that rabbit hole, learning what I had come here to experience, and what and how I would get out of that situation, was knowing that I didn't have to do anything but trust that my soul is here to experience this, and trust that it just took full unconditional faith to step out of it, and to know that there's a greater plan, because I'm created in the image of that which everything is possible from. So the more I doubted that, the more down the rabbit hole I went, the more I trusted that, the more I saw the sun, right beyond that place, and just knowing that it was there. Having the courage to say, you know what, you can't keep me down. It's time to step up.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that. That's really deep, very profound. That came from such a connected place. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Well, it's just, what do you hope people get from your chapter? Because there is so much in it, and you really share vivid details of your experiences and what was going on for you with that life, and your whole sort of journey. I mean, you have a very interesting background. You migrated from Cuba, and it's just fascinating, the life that you've lived.
Yeah.
What do you hope people get from your chapter?
I hope what I hope really and pray that people get out of my chapter is that there's never enough darkness that deserves losing yourself, and knowing that there's just one little leap of faith, a little bit of courage to reach out to someone, tune into yourself, tap into yourself, connect to self, trust that intuitive state that you can get out of it. Yeah. Nothing can keep you down if you just are able to realize depression is something that I see a lot of. I see a lot of people being challenged by so many conversations and so many things happening in this planet right now. And if we realize we have chosen to be here, right? We've chosen to be here to have these experiences, and that there are people out there that can hold space for you. And my prayer around this chapter is people realizing that there are tribes that will hold you, whether you're in the dark place or whether you're in a place of knowing why you're here, why your journey is here. And like they always say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I hope to be able to teach and connect with a lot of souls that read our chapter, that read your magnificent book and all those beautiful authors, and they're sharing their stories, so that we can mentor them, we can hold them, we can love them until they fall in love with themselves enough to realize how magnificent they are. Because all I'm here to do is to love. So I hope that's what people get out of my chapter. Love is my courage, and courage is my love.
That's fantastic. I like the way that flowed out. And yeah, love is definitely the answer. And so how can people tap into their love and their self-loving vibes to overcome fears and find the courage to move forward in their journey?
That's an awesome question, John.
Yeah.
It's really, really looking at yourself and the dogma that we've been raised in. You know, we all have a place where we came from, where family units instilled some certain beliefs in us, community still believes in us, you know, so your surroundings have created the belief in us. And if that belief is not serving you, then it's okay. Give yourself permission to say, I'm not in my happy place. So for me, if I don't get up in the morning and I'm not in my happy place, I know that I'm not going to give 100%. So why is my soul here for today? How am I being? How am I serving community? I'm really about serving community and connecting to others and serve them where they are. Because some people are not there yet. They don't realize it yet. They don't see their greatness yet. The word is yet. But if they have the courage to say, hey, I know something in my life might not be working. And admitting that, looking at your mess. For me, I know I'm a mess. I know I screw up a lot. But that's my blessing, because if I don't do that, I don't take the time to look at that, then I have, you know, not really a measuring stick as who am I being today? And being able to know that, if you take different modalities, for me, is meditation and yoga, doing pranayama, doing yoga, quieting my mind. And I do that in gratitude also. I have my gratitude morning sessions and I have my evening gratitude sessions. It's connecting to my inner self, knowing that my outer self is only a reflection of my inner self. Yeah. So if I'm not deep within my soul, realizing and being able to be mindful when I'm really operating on a day-to-day, that I'm serving humanity from a place of love, then I have to reset. It's like a reset button and say, okay, how am I being today? Who am I being today? How? And then that breath, that peace that can come in, so that everything that you're operating in mode in is from a place of how I can serve and how I can love unconditionally without any judgment. And then your breath, for me, my breath then just calms down because I trust. I trust that everything is already handled.
I love that. That's a beautiful answer. And you work with, you do so much in your community and helping people and guiding people and getting in touch with their angels and angel guides. It's just so beautiful. Did you ever think like 15 years ago that you'd be doing what you're doing today, or even 10 years ago?
You'll have to read my next book, which you're going to publish.
Like 2009, do you think that you'd be living the life that you're living today in 2019?
I tell you, no, not at all. Not at all, because, you know, where I came from and my trade, my industry was very male or very male oriented. Yeah. So my own personal conversation around that is that I couldn't expose that part of me because I was on the dogma of being accepted so that I can feed my family, right? Yeah. So, you know, back then, who I was being was what I thought society expected from me versus what God expected from me. So, you know, all that, the process has been amazing because all of that went like, no, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That's so empowering to be able to say that. It doesn't matter.
Nothing really matters.
Nothing really matters. That's just such a beautiful thing. Oh, so awesome. So awesome.
Bliss is like, one of the things I think, one of the things that I think, I know one of the things from dying was the fear of not living. So for me, it was really when I would come back into body, it was epic because I'm like, wait a minute, am I going to be living in the way that other people want me to live in? Or am I going to live with regret because I'm not being all of me? So I might be messy, I might be whatever, I might use words you might not acknowledge, but guess what? I'm living my full self. I choose not to, you know, to retain that mentality I used to have, that I wanted to have other people see me in certain ways. I just want God to see me as a loving child and loving all my brothers and sisters.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. There's a lot in that. And, you know, you didn't come to that point overnight, but you're there. And, you know, I love spending time with you, Fran. And of course, people can read your chapter. It's available on Amazon for just 99 cents. And it's only available for 99 cents until the 14th. So that's super exciting. It's just wonderful. So great to be chatting with you. My morning, your evening.
Yes. It's a beautiful morning in a beautiful place.
Yeah, I'm in Bali here, Indonesia, tropical paradise, and I'm looking forward to you coming over someday.
I look forward always to sharing space with you because you're definitely a soul that I am so grateful to be expanding through this life together. Thank you so much for inviting me into your space and into your heart. I always hold you dearly.
Oh, I appreciate you so much, Fran. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.